and EmPHorium. In the Philippines, I want to say magandang umaga ho sa inyong lahat. And for the people in the US watching this live at the EmPHorium, good evening, everybody. Thank you for taking the time to at least check it out. Check us out. EmPHorium is a unique US-based, the first of its kind. Okay, the first of its kind. It's a Philippine-made and inspired product showroom and global business center. And its purpose is to create awareness as well as sales opportunities for Philippine-made products, services, and investments in the U.S. market. And EmPHorium is actually a physical place, like I said. That's where I'm at right now. It's located at 3250 Wilshire Boulevard, number 602 in Los Angeles, California. So if you want to come and visit, please do so. We welcome you. Just go ahead and let us know when you're coming. But what the Live EmPHorium is one of the tools that we use to create the awareness, the sales opportunity by people watching, and hopefully organically, or what we're doing on social media is reaching other people. And I think it is. At the end of the day, what we want is that awareness creation. Okay, so that's what Live at the EmPHorium is. And today it is packed full of amazing stuff. You know, discovering amazing world-class Philippine-made products doesn't have to be that difficult any longer, especially now that you've got EmPHorium. Before we begin, I just want to wish everybody a happy month, October, of Filipino-American History Month. A lot of amazing things are happening for the Filipino community. Obviously, if you've unless you've been under a rock or you don't really watch TV or not on social media, we just got Miss Gabriel from Texas, who was just crowned Miss USA. So every time I hear news like that, I get really excited, only because that just means that there's more awareness happening to to the Filipino community, and more opportunities for Philippine-made products, investments, and services. Hello, everyone. My name is Ferdinand Soriano. I am your host at Live at the EmPHorium. Now, before I do that, I just want to go ahead and also say magandang umaga ho sa inyong lahat in the Philippines, and also good evening and good afternoon here in the US. And I also want to go ahead and start talking about what EmPHorium is about. EmPHorium is a first of its kind, U.S.-based, Philippine-made and inspired product showroom and global business center. Its purpose is to create awareness and sales opportunities for Philippine-made products, services, as well as investments in the U.S. market. Now, what we're doing in the show, our goal is to create those awareness, right? And that the way we do that is Live at the EmPHorium. Live at the EmPHorium is one of our main tools to create this awareness in the U.S. market, and we're excited that you continue to support us. A lot of people are starting to say really great things about it. A lot of the people that we've put on the show have praised what we're trying to do, and hopefully you continue to share, especially in the Philippines, about what we're trying to do for Philippine products, as well as here in the U.S. And anybody who's been supportive of us, please continue to watch and discover and tell everybody. Go ahead and push out this link to anybody that you find might be a potential buyer for these products. And that's what we could use right now, and be able to connect these products to potential buyers, brokers, as well as distributors. Now, EmPHorium is located at 3250 Wilshire Boulevard, number 602, Los Angeles, California. Some of you may not know that it is an actual showroom, obviously, and it's based in Los Angeles. Now that I've told you where we are, so this is the time for, we want to know, where are you watching the show? For people the first time, we want to know, are you in the Philippines? What province are you at? So we know what we're trying to do as far as social media and trying to reach. Let us know how we're doing there. And if you're in the U.S., if you're watching in Los Angeles or anywhere part of the United States, we would appreciate if you could tell us where you are exactly, so we know we're doing our job. And then anyone beyond that, we'd appreciate. Anyone outside of the Philippines, of course, and in the U.S. Now, what we had today, we focused a lot. The three words that come to mind every time we think, when we do Live at the EmPHorium, is we try to elevate, educate, and empower, as well as maybe entertain, right? So what we're trying to do is be entertaining in that regards. So today we're going to focus on product demos. We have two products today that are both in the same category. They're in the beverage industry. and one of them is a health drink, and the other one is an alcoholic beverage. And both of them are here now in the U.S. and doing fairly well. You know, they've reached certain parts of the U.S. market, but they want to continue to grow. And I've known these guys for a couple of years now, and I'm excited to continue to see how they grow. Their growth, and they need to obviously grow, because obviously whatever they're doing, they're opening up different doors for other products to come in from the U.S. market. So the more we encourage that, the more success they have, the more it's encouraging for Philippine manufacturers to be able to bring in more products that are equal, if not even better, than some of the products that we featured in the past. But at the end of the day, we're just trying to create the elevation of Philippine-made products in the U.S. market. So with that being said, let me give you a little backstory of our first guest. What he solves with his product is that he's very passionate about the culture. He's very passionate about creating a livelihood. So that translates into him being able to do the best he can, fund it, finance or whatever, and trying to create the best manufacturing scenario for this product. So it's a traditional Philippine beverage, alcoholic beverage in the Philippines, okay? But what he's done with it is create. He brought the culture in that bottle, in terms of the ingredient, but the way the way it's made. So I'm excited to have him back on the show in this format, and really have him talk about why he created it and what he's solving to a certain degree with this product. Again, he's all about the culture. He's all about trying to bring the best of the Philippines. And I'll let him tell your story. Tell his story and the way he created, along with his associates, the product called Papo J. So with that being said, I want to go ahead and introduce David Osmeña of Papo J's. David, can you hear me? You're on mute? You're on mute, bro. You're on mute. David, you're on mute. Mute, I can't hear you. You're on mute. Okay, we're losing David already. But it's okay. That's the fun part of what we do. There's always something going on. So while he's trying to figure that out, give you a little bit more backstory. I originally met him a couple of years ago, and let me see if I can help him come out of that, unmute the mic. No, he's got him unmuted, so he's figuring that out. I love it. That's my nervous laugh every time we have a little technical glitch, but at the end of the day, it's all fun. I don't know why he's not coming through. Let me see. David, can you hear me? Yeah, your laptop mic is not, you don't have the speaker on. I mean the microphone on. Okay, so see if you can maybe figure that out. Okay, Dave? So Dave is going to demonstrate some of the concoctions that he's made, different recipes, I should say concoctions, but the recipes with the Papo J's is lumbanog, made of coconut nectar, right? So while he's trying to figure that out, the smoothness of the drink is what really, it makes me excited about his product. I mean, there's been products before. Dave, can you hear me? Are you still there? I don't know why he's... Let me see if I can give him a call and help him out a little bit. So we're going to do something different here. There, Dave, can you hear me? Dave, can you hear me? There.
How about there? Can you hear me now?
Perfect. Yes.
Hold on.
Saved by the bell. Well, so to speak, I guess. Can you hear me? Can you hear me?
Yeah. How about that?
There.
Good?
Perfect. Leave it like that.
There.
Perfect.
All
Leave
right.
it like that.
Switching gears.
Yeah, we're getting a feedback. You should have maybe turned off the
sorry.
other one.
We're
getting a feedback. You should have maybe turned off the other one.
I did. Hold on. Now, this one's also the only sound is coming from you. Are you hearing yourself?
Now I am. So go ahead, and I won't talk much. Go ahead and do your demo.
What's that? So I think we're, you wanted. I think you had a question on what we are all about, what Papa J's is all about. I don't know if folks know. I'm sure in the Philippines everybody knows what lambanog is. It's a coconut nectar-based spirit, and it's ubiquitous, and it's found in many small shops. What I found out is it hasn't hit the big market yet. And I grew up in the Philippines. I grew up in the U.S. I was born in the Philippines. I came over when I was very young, but I had sort of this little bit of memory of what lambanog was, and it stuck with me for a long time. And when my buddies and I, my couple of Filipino friends that grew up or that were here with me in the U.S., wanted to start a business that would help the Philippines and show something that was uniquely Filipino, we just automatically came upon lambanog. It's something that can only be found in the Philippines. So we would get anyone who was coming to visit us, or anyone who was going to visit the Philippines, to bring a bottle of lambanog back to us, and we kept trying them out and playing with them, and we finally found a terrific manufacturer that made a super healthy, or not healthy, super consistent product, and we use them to make our Papa J's lambanog. We ran through a lot of difficulties in bringing it in, mainly because no one in the U.S. knew what it was, and then trying to get the government entities that regulate alcohol to understand what we were doing. We had to jump through a lot of hoops. So we had to, we came up with our own little label, U.S.-centric label, but something still uniquely Filipino. I know in the Philippines they have so many flavors, and it's really fun to go there and try all the different flavors. But as we introduce it to the U.S., we're bringing in just the unadulterated, the unadulterated Papa J's. It's the 80 proof clear that comes right out of the still. I mean, it's from the trees to the fermentation and right to the still, and 7 days later it's in a bottle and on the way to the U.S. It's been fun to bring it to bars and other folks, mixologists and people who are into making alcohol, or making cocktails, I should say, and let them experiment with the different flavors they like. And what we've come across is calamansi. I'm going to step out for a second and get my calamansi juice. I'll be right back.
While he's doing that, well, it looks like maybe I'm having a feedback with Dave. There you go, he's back.
All right, so what I've done is I've got some calamansi juice here, and that's been something also that's very Filipino that we've been championing along with some other folks to the U.S. because it's something a flavor that very few people have heard of, and it is making a big hit with people who try it. I mean, it is a unique flavor, still super refreshing, and but still somewhat familiar, but also very new. Anyway, so did you have a question, Ferdinand? I know we still run into that feedback. I'm not sure why. I can't hear you at all.
No, I said that I'm pushing back on the feedback. See,
Oh, okay.
so you can just go ahead and do your demo of the product, and then continue to talk about the price. And when you're ready to go ahead and talk about the pricing and what's available, just let me know.
Sure. Well, what I'll do is I'll just sort of show a couple of quick drinks. What I'm trying to do is also, there's a lot of mixologists out there and people who do some really fun cocktails, but in reality, a simple party is the best party, and we are doing very simple drinks with it, and or simple drinks to make with a lot of complex flavors. We definitely have been using a lot of calamansi, and I think you can try this out. So what we've been doing, simple glass, and always a lot of ice. And then a little quick shot of Papa J's. I always try to, one of the things I try to do is always put on a pour, so it makes things a lot more simple when we're making drinks. And I use a jigger. These are my two fancy bartender things that we have. You can always just use a little cup or just eyeball it, which is really the best way to do it. But we try to do, when we're showing it, show a 1 ounce pour of alcohol, do a cup right there, and then a little simple drink. Go the rest of the way, some calamansi juice, and then maybe get a little bit more flavor into it. I will use a lime right there. It's a simple, super cocktail that works well at any show. I think people will love that, and then I think in the Philippines you're gonna love trying it there as well. Always refreshing.
Dave, you know, I know there's a feedback, and for all those watching, I apologize for that. But you know, the product. Why did you create Papa J's when there hasn't been a lot of products similar, but I know of some. But I really want to know what your feelings were when you said, okay, well, I'm gonna bring this traditional Philippine product to the U.S. What was going through your head in terms of what did you want to solve with that? What did you want to bring into the marketplace for those who maybe have just tuned in?
I don't know if we were looking to solve a problem. We just saw opportunity. We saw opportunity to create an industry in the Philippines. If you look at the U.S., you're looking at a several billion-dollar market in tequila alone. So having said that, the Philippines doesn't participate in that. We looked at the source of the product, the coconut nectar. We love that because it's an opportunity to bring in something that is very sustainable, and sustainable is something that's important right now. Coconut trees require no fertilizers. Coconut trees require no pesticides, no herbicides. They don't even require any irrigation. It's just straight rainwater, and they grow ubiquitously throughout the Philippines. So that raw product is everywhere and continues to produce. It's a product that doesn't require any big farming effort. I mean, when you look at what makes vodka or even rum, they're typically crops that you'll plant in a certain time of the year, and then you grow them and you harvest them at a certain time of the year after that. And if something happens along that way, you will lose that entire harvest. You don't really get that with coconuts because they just keep producing. So that's one thing we loved about that. And then we noticed that the coconut industry in the Philippines, there's a number of small to medium-sized farms. So it's
Dave, right there, I want to interrupt you really quick. Go back the way you described the product, because obviously for those people who have never heard or who tasted lambanoges, they know it. They just have to realize that you brought the manufacturing of it to another level in terms of the quality, right? But for those who may not have heard of it, describe what's the closest thing to it and why you think this product will make fans of them if they try it.
So if you've tried different spirits like rum or tequila or vodka, and mainly like the clearer types, you find that there's quite a bite. I call it muscular. It's just a flavor that kind of punches you. What we found with lambanog, and when done right, we do it like a one-time distilled to an 80 proof. So what happens is you get that sort of sweetness from the coconut nectar. So if you look at what happens in the manufacturing process, right? People go and they collect the nectar from the coconut tree. These brave people climb to the tops of these 40-foot coconut trees and collect the nectar. And then they get that nectar and they set it aside for a couple of days. and in that couple of days, the alcohol is created. And if you drink that, that's tubak. It's sort of a what people call coconut wine. Maybe it's 10, 15, 20% alcohol in that. So it's more of a wine type spirit, or a wine type drink. When it comes off the tree, it's very sweet. Right off the tree, I would say it's a children's drink. It's very sweet and tasty. Make it cold, drink it up, and it's amazing. And then we'll some people will let it sit for a little bit, and you get the manufacturing of alcohol. And it's that happens naturally. There's no big cooking process like you get with a lot of different spirits.
Dave, with that being said, okay, now that we've set up the product and you've been doing relatively well with the distribution of it, let's talk to the people right now who might want to try it as a consumer, but for those who may be watching that know or are a buyer of beverages, for a company like Liquorama or Trader Joe's or any of the, not Trader Joe's, but companies that are like that, wine cellar. Tell us about where they can buy this now. And I'm very proud of you by the fact that you've gotten to that point where you have a lot of distribution now. Tell us about that, where they can get it, how much are the products. Let's just say somebody actually wants to buy it. So let's talk about that. I'm going to bring up the slide that you gave me to kind of let them know where you're actually selling the product, okay?
Sure. I mean, in the U.S., the industry is broken out to importers or manufacturers, distributors, and then the retail. So we are the importers of Papa J's. And then we have to send it to a distributor, and we have a distributor here in Southern California that can distribute through most of the country, and certainly all over California. And if you send me an email, Dave@papujays.com, I think I wrote it there in the comments section. We can get started in the process of getting up if you are a sort of a restaurant or a bar that needs the product. And buying that product from the distributor, it comes out to about $110 for a 6-bottle box. Aside from that, if you're a regular person, you'd like to buy it, we're in the U.S. We're available at Seafood Cities, Total Wines. You can certainly get it online. Places like Remedy Liquor or Holiday Wine Cellar or spiritsguides.com. So there are a number of ways to get it. Like I said, if you send me a note or go to papujays.com, there are links to where to buy Papa J's.
Well, that's a big accomplishment already. You've already been doing the business. I know it's been a while since you did it, but in terms of distribution from a year ago, you've grown. And obviously, that's a good indication that people are trying it, trying to experience the Filipino culture and elevate it. But at the same time, what I'm trying to say is the people who are familiar with Lambanog, you're getting a taste of the quality of Papa J's, and I'm happy for you about that. And then hopefully with EmPHorium, we continue to help you create more opportunities with this, different distribution channel, because this is also a message to a lot of Philippine manufacturers of alcoholic beverages that there's a market, there's a substantial demand, but it's not easy. Dave has grown organically in a lot of ways. It wasn't easy, but that's what I'm saying. It just takes a lot of persistence to get this product out. If your product is of quality like Dave and you price it right, there's no reason why the U.S. market wouldn't be ready for what you're promoting here. So Dave, with that being said, is there anything else that you want to add on to anybody out there who's a buyer, a consumer, however you want to end your segment?
Yeah, I would say again, like the flavors of Lambanog is something a little bit lighter than you would get in a rum or a vodka or a tequila. It's definitely a very friendly drinking spirit. It's even, the best way to do it, in my opinion, is in a small cup just straight out of the bottle at room temperature. And I don't think you can really get that in a lot of clear spirits, other than Lambano. Papa J's, I would say, is very consistent in that. We take pride in the consistency of our product.
I love it. Like I said, you've grown, and I want to continue to encourage a lot of Philippine manufacturers. But for what you've done, more power to you. The more, I hopefully you continue to get more distribution. And everybody, just visit papajays.com if you want to get more information about this amazing drink. Fans of what he said, rum and vodka, somewhere in that category. If you like all of that, you're going to be in for it's change, but it's going to be good change in terms of a different taste, but with the same sort of quality that you get from really good alcoholic beverages. So, with that being said, Dave, thank you so much. I do appreciate it. Hopefully, we continue to go back and attend the events at EmPHorium and continue for us to continue to help you create more awareness for Papa J's. And again, say hello to Michael for me. I know I haven't seen him in a while. And hopefully you come back, okay?
We certainly talk about you often, and we appreciate what you're doing with the Philippine products. And we're always
there's a lot of people doing it. I think the only thing that I'd like to take ownership of is that I'm just trying to do it consistently in my own little humble way. So with that being said, thank you for encouraging me to do that. So I'll talk to you soon, and we'll talk again, okay?
All right, thank you.
All right, everybody. I just want to go ahead and comment or acknowledge some of the people that are watching us right now. Tasi, I love Lambanog, she says. And good morning from the Philippines. And also Joseph Vides. I want to go ahead and say hello to Joseph. Joseph, we're going to do big things, my friend. You're going to help us do more research of the U.S. market for Philippine manufacturers. He's watching us now because we're going to incorporate Joseph Vides. He's a consultant. He's also about market research. So he's watching us now to see how he can help Philippine manufacturers in terms of market research, like people who want to know a particular industry in the U.S. and what that industry entails, or what's the forecasting for various type of products. So soon we're going to be incorporating him. I also want to say hello to Luz Viminda Bulatag. She's always watching. Thank you so much, Luz Viminda. I appreciate you watching us all the time. You try, unless there's some sort of internet interference, but you're always watching. Thank you, Luz. I appreciate it. All right, let's go ahead and move on to our next segment. This individual creates a lot of opportunities for EmPHorium in terms of connecting products from the Philippines to the U.S. We always bring her on because I want her part in the whole show is to educate Philippine manufacturers on how to bring or ship products from the Philippines to the U.S. in the most cost-effective way that her company can do. And so far, I've worked with other companies in the Philippines. They're all amazing, but for whatever reason, Nancy Marquez of RAF International Forwarding has done a tremendous job in sort of tailoring certain things for EmPHorium to be able to make the products, sample products come from the Philippines to the U.S. in the most cost-effective way. And so far, I haven't really had any issues. Very responsive. So now I'm just going to go ahead and bring her on and let her tell us what's going on in her world. And I've got some few choice questions I want to ask her, and hopefully she doesn't get surprised. Anyway, let me bring on Nancy Marquez of RAF International Forwarding. Hey, Nancy. Hey, you're on mute. Let me go ahead and see, make sure you're mute. I want to hear your lovely voice.
Oh, sorry about that.
No problem. So just tell me how your day is going today. It's Friday there in the Philippines. So what's on your mind besides after doing the show?
Yeah, so you said hopefully I don't get surprised with your question later. So hopefully I don't, and hopefully I'm prepared to answer that question. Good morning, everyone from the Philippines. This week has been pretty busy. Usually in the Burr months, shipments get crazy. A lot of people are trying to fill their supplies in the States if they're coming from the Philippines, right? But this week, we actually last week I think we shipped out a whole bunch of over 100 and some kilos of can I say the brand? It's one of your friends. That we worked out a shipment for. It's air freight, and so I think it arrived in Valencia already. It's Piliani is the name of the brand. So, all right. So yeah, so we worked it out for her, and then we also are working out. This time it's going to be a sea freight shipment for it's they're more advanced clients, so they are shipping out a 3 cbm of sea freight. I think you're going to have him on later on, and also we have a couple of sample shipments coming your way. I believe you should have it next week, if not week after next.
I'm excited every time you say that. I'm excited because I think we're continuing to fine tune that, and that's what I
Yes.
love, and that's why every week, don't get bored with. I mean, don't get annoyed with my question.
know.
I just want updated, because what that means when you're updating, it's not necessarily just for me. The people watching it, whether they're watching it live or some other time, right? They're gonna know it's moving. The platform that we're trying to create, it's moving slowly but surely, because of your ability to not only provide good customer service, but also provide good rates and good time, for everything that we're doing. So I appreciate that. Now, the question, this is more like an education thing, an encouraging question. So it's not gonna be too long, but are you able to give our audience sort of a perspective on it's more like an encouraging question, like, what are you seeing that your company is helping to send to the US, that maybe what industry, what products, I should say, that you're seeing besides the one that you mentioned earlier about what we're doing in terms of, what's connected with EmPHorium? Are there other products that you're seeing going into the US that maybe, you could say, well, we're shipping out more coconuts. Okay, well, the coconut industry in the Philippines would be amazed at that. That means the US is buying that and wanting that. But is there something like that you could tell us?
Another department actually handles that, but from what I've seen, the products that are coming out of the Philippines are semiconductors, like computer parts and those computer chips. Other than that, there are also food items coming out of the Philippines. That much I can tell you.
Well, that's what I mean.
Yeah.
A lot of people don't, that part they don't even realize that the Philippines, many people that are probably watching us now don't even realize that the Philippines has an amazing industry in terms of semiconductors that we provide. That's probably one of the top 5 exports of the Philippines is semiconductors.
Machine parts, automotive parts as well. Not only the Philippines, but also in Europe. Yeah, we have there's exports.
That's what we're trying to do. As a matter of fact, if I can get somebody to talk about semiconductors in my show, I would, but I think they don't need any more help, as far as that. So we're focusing on the consumer goods on these live demos. But at the end of the day, those are the kind of intel or information that I definitely want our audience to know more about what you're doing. So maybe next time you could give us more details of the stuff of products coming through, because that will tell them that, hey, look, I'm not full of hot air that, sometimes people tell me about when I go ahead and talk, right? Because I can go for hours, right? It's true. I mean, a lot of products from the Philippines, they just need to be brought here and really strategize. Right?
Exactly.
Right,
I so agree with you, Ferdinand. I'm so happy to hear about Papa J's and how he has put the lambanog in the market in the United States, along with the other spirits that the world is so familiar with, like the vodka, tequila, and stuff. But lambanog is him bringing lambanog out there into those bars and all the other outlets. That's fantastic. And so more power to you, Papa J.
Well, that being said, he might need your services too, because I remember the last time I spoke to Dave, he did have some challenges also. So I might be going ahead and talking to him and referring you to go ahead and help him out, because of right now, everybody who is shipping or exporting, they need the best possible rate, obviously. And I think the whole concept of what we're doing, where we're bringing in products in small amounts, is probably the most cost-effective way to do that. And you, dear lady, are the one who's helping with that. With that. So, with that being said, I'll let you go. You can start your day, and heading on to the weekend. But all the time, I always say this at the end of the show. Hopefully you can come back next week, give us some more status, because your words are more encouraging than mine. Only because then that means that there are people moving, trying to bring more products into the U.S., and we got to continue to do that. And you're one of those amazing people that contributes to that, Nancy. So, is there anything you want to say to the the people that have been on the show, the people in the Philippine manufacturers? Go ahead and do so.
So for those who want to try out the U.S. market through EmPHorium or any other platform or store there, don't be afraid, because all you have to really do is send your samples to Ferdinand, and he'll get you out there. No doubt about that. And we are fully in support of EmPHorium and what you do for the Philippine products. And we will see you again next week.
Great. Nancy, I'll let you go, and thank you so much as always. See you again next week. Just give us some new intel so that we can go ahead and see and strategize more on how we can bring it over. And thank you so much for helping those two people that you mentioned, Nancy. Thank you.
Thank you.
Hi, everybody. I'm back, and I want to go ahead and take this moment before we introduce our next product demo person or company. So let me go ahead and acknowledge, let's say May said hello to Nancy. As a matter of fact, we're planning on having Nancy do an extensive masterclass seminar, and I'll let somebody, May, go ahead and explain all that. But let me go ahead and let's see, bring out. I want to say hello to April. April Gay. Again, for those people who don't look at Facebook, our EmPHorium page, this lady, April, goes ahead all the times and supports and shares all of our content. I can't thank you enough to be sharing all of the content that we're putting it out there. So hopefully it catches on fire in terms of creating more livelihood, because yes, it may take a while, but what everybody's doing is, if we keep on creating empowerment to Philippine manufacturers, that means they're going to need more people to make these products and hopefully create livelihood. So April, thank you so much for doing that. She says, hello, EmPHorium and Ferdinand, watching through Facebook and YouTube. Live greetings from Medellin, Philippines. And then the other person that I want to say hello to is May Ann Salazar. I guess she's a big fan of lambanog or tuba. David, she just said she loves that. And in some ways, so do I. So I'm waiting an invitation to your house so we can go and have a drink and discuss the show. Anyway, with that being said, guys, I just keep looking at the screen. So who else is making a comment? Please, if you're watching the show, make a comment. Tell us about your business right now, where you're at, what you want to do, what type of information you need. But more importantly, whatever products that you're seeing here, they're not just here to do the product, to promote the product, but they're also here to educate. So if you have any questions about how they're doing here, please do that. Just go ahead and ask the presenter. Just go ahead and type in your question, and I'm sure they'll be more than happy to reach out to you. So let me go ahead and introduce our next guest. I am excited to have him on the show also. He has a great marketing mind. His family has done really well in growing their business called Nature Earth, and I'm proud to have him here because we continue to collaborate, not only products but also different ways to create awareness for the Philippine-made products. And I'm happy to have him here and create awareness for his particular product. But you see, his product solves something. I'm lazy. My wife tells me that. I'll tell my wife that all the time, and she tells me that. but what I mean by that is, when it comes to being healthy, more than ever, we need to be vigilant, because COVID is not over in that perspective. It's still there, right? So we need to be vigilant. We need to fortify ourselves. And this next product is one of the ways that I know that if you're going to drink something anyway, and you want to drink something really good, you might as well drink something that is going to fortify you. And only because one of the ingredients in this drink, and I'll let him explain it to you, in this drink is one of the superfoods that a lot of people may not be familiar with or not know. It's called moringa, or in the Philippines, it's malunggay. And I'll let him tell you all about that. But I'm so proud to have him here to go ahead and talk about his product and talk a little bit about his business, and how if you're a business owner, he's looking for people to distribute the products also. Let me go ahead and bring out Jiro Tamasi of Nature Earth with the brand M2 tea drink. Jiro,
Everyone, hey, what's up?
Can you hear me okay?
Yeah, can you hear me?
Okay, good. You're perfect. Love the background, my friend. So I'm a big fan. I just told everybody you're amazing, so you don't have to tell them that now, right? You can just stop there. Stop, because you don't want to overly tell them you're amazing. Okay, so I told them that now it's so relevant with your product. We have to be it's relevant, but it's also, we need to be vigilant as far as what we're trying to do to take care of ourselves these days, especially when COVID is still lingering, obviously, right? As much as we want to think
Yeah.
that it's not there anymore. So address that, and then talk about the company, what the product solves, or in terms of what it does for our health, and then let's talk about the business aspect of M2. Okay, so take it away, I guess, and I'll let you have the screen.
Yeah. So with regards to fortification and just having nutrients, M2 has malunggay or moringa, which is a superfood, and it has a lot of benefits that are known in the Philippines but not anywhere else. It's not local only to the Philippines. It's known to be used in India, South Africa, and other tropical nations. Yes, and for moringa, just for moringa, it's known to have 7 times the vitamin C of oranges, 4 times the vitamin A of carrots, 4 times calcium in milk, 3 times potassium in banana, 2 times protein from yogurt, and 25 times more iron in spinach. I believe that's only for the leaves, but you might want to do your due diligence as well. But we all know that in the Philippines, malunggay is used for not just tinola, but also for tea and for other purposes, medicinal, if we live in ancient times. But yeah, not only is moringa the main ingredient of M2, it also includes ginger, which has also known benefits. We also use ginger for salabat, when we're sick or we have a sore throat, or high blood pressure with garlic. It also has okra. So all those vegetables put into one drink that's easy to consume, that makes M2. So yeah, for the company, it started back in 2010. My parents started the company, and they sold peanuts coated with moringa, and they sold it to the students in the community, and was also known. Their company called Power Nut was also known to start the malunggay infused pandesal, or the malunggay pandesal, which I believe everyone would claim, but it's the Philippines. There are a bunch of different islands, and yeah, during the growth of the company that year, M2 Tea Drink was born. Enjoyed in the neighborhood. Oh, sorry, go ahead.
No. I was just going to say that when it comes to your product, I wanted to show it to them. Is your camera on the other camera? I mean the other screen. I'm trying to bring it on.
Yeah, I think I'm having my own technical difficulty. Let me connect my other.
See, I love it. That's why you just got to go with the flow, man. You're like, it's all good. But yeah, go ahead and finish up what you were saying. But I also want to dive a little bit more into the business aspect of it. I wanted to show the screen, but there's more to what you're trying to present. So go ahead and finish off your thought there.
Yeah. So when M2 was made, or was created, they started in their own neighborhood first, just trying the market, and then eventually they went into malls, and then they tested the product, and then it became a hit. And then when M2 Tea Drink was distributed in different stores, they changed the company name to Nature Earth Corporation, and they started with 3 employees mixing all the malunggay, the okra, and the ginger, and now with 40 employees, and with the assistance of DOST, Department of Science and Technology in the Philippines. Nature Earth has a bunch more products that are more health focused, and M2 is the one that is the primary that is available in local stores. and big retailers nationwide. And now in the US, UK, Australia, Guam, and I believe that's it. Yeah, so let me try to connect with.
See if you can go ahead and show the product. If not, we can go ahead and now, like I was doing the previous demo, I really want to. You've come a long way. I've known about your product over 2 years ago, and oh, there you go, great. So I've known Jito's products about 2 years ago, even before I met him, and to me, my personal opinion about the taste is I'm a big fan of this drink called Snapple. It's flavorful, and it's not too sweet. And what I liked about it was just because of the flavor. But when you taste this product while he's setting that up, it's sort of even mirrors a little bit of sweet tea, right? But it's not sugary. That's my point. That's the part that I'm so attracted to. I want to drink it because of that combination. And on top of that, when I'm drinking it, I know it's full of good stuff. Like, it has okra. Okay, I know you're going, really? Ginger, brown sugar, and moringa. So when you think of all those ingredients, it's amazing, right? I mean, Dave, is that what you're going to try to do? See if we can pour out some of that goodness, that thirst quenching iced tea in that tea drink?
Yeah, that's what I'm gonna do. Well, the sugar that we're using is not just the brown sugar; it's muscovado, which probably
there you go.
People in the Philippines would know that it's before they process the sugar to brown and white, before they wash it, they have that what do you call that? Somewhat refined sugar, which is the muscovado. So we use that. So it has the nutrients that came from the sugar cane, and it's not as sweet, but it still delivers that good, flavor, the browniness of the sugar, I guess you could say that. But yeah, so I was just gonna mix the M2 right now. Well, so I already pre-measured. This is 4 tablespoons, and the ratio when you mix M2 is 1:5, 1 part of M2 to 5 parts of water. And then I already got ice water. Well, the ice is stuck, as you can see. But here you go. You can also, what's good about M2 is that it serves as a base for other drinks. The concentrate, we have the concentrate. It serves as a base for other drinks. In the Philippines, there's a store that uses it as a base for their milk tea. For people at home, they add calamansi to it, just like how Dave earlier added calamansi to his lambanog. I'm pretty sure M2, if we could try it, would be good with lambanog too. And so another thing that I want to emphasize is that the versatility of M2 is that you can mix it with just water. You can mix it with milk. Some people mix it with Yakult, the probiotic drink. Some people make chocolate drink out of M2. Some people use it as a sweetener for coffee. And then some people would add soda water so they can enjoy soda instead of drinking, our regular commercial drinks, which has 40 grams of sugar, which this one is a little bit, it's cut by half. The sugar content is cut by half. And the nature of this drink, the ingredients is natural, and it's a bunch of vegetables. So some vegetables is better than no vegetables at all. So that's what M2 is all about. It offers an entry point to consuming and enjoying vegetables anytime and anywhere. So
that's like I said, re-emphasizing what I said earlier. That's to me the entry point, and I'm always trying to figure out how do we introduce a product. But see, a lot of people don't want to just take a chance on it. They always want to have something that you can relate to. That's why I'm always, every time I think of the product that I'm presenting on the show, I'm always thinking, well, what's the similar thing that's currently here now? But obviously you don't want to do the comparison because it's still different. But with me, that's to me what solves it for me. That's why I buy it, only because of the fact that not only is it taste amazing, and it's healthy. Because sometimes, again, I always emphasize every time there's a thing that people always say that, the word healthy, oh my god, probably not gonna taste that great,
Yeah.
oh wow, but it does. You guys really got to taste it. And that's why I want to overly emphasize to you that if you want to taste this drink, whether you buy it at the store or you just want to visit EmPHorium, you're more than welcome to, especially if you want to visit EmPHorium. It's there. We're serving it up if you want to go ahead and taste it. So with that said, though, Jiro, let me go ahead and bring up the other screen so that we can go ahead and discuss the business aspect of M2. So go ahead and describe what I'm seeing on the screen. And I know that maybe, just maybe, it may not show up as well, but let's do our best. So go ahead and describe what people are seeing on the screen.
Okay, yeah. So M2, we shipped M2 last year, 2021, in September, and my goal is to just look for stores and people who would want to resell or distribute the product. And we offer good prices, and that's the business model in the Philippines, is that we have local resellers and we have the big retailers who can distribute to the city. But for the provinces, we don't have any of those. So right now I'm trying to use that business model and to just distribute to areas where there are Filipinos, or not even Filipinos, just people who want to try M2 and take advantage of the benefits of the drink. We want to offer those to the people who are business minded and who wants to do it. There are already some of stores that are distributing here in Los Angeles. All of the Tambuli branches will have it, at least the ready to drink one. We're waiting for the next shipment to arrive. The concentrate is available in Tambuli, Long Beach, and Tambuli, Los Angeles, if they still have stock. Mang Indo in Loma Linda has the ready to drink, the concentrate available as well. And in San Diego County in Poway, we have all the products there too. Oh, the concentrate as well. And online, we have Sophia's home favorites. They ship out M2 concentrate, and as well as Filipino Shopping Network. In the Philippines, it's available in Andox, Shopwise, Landmark, Robinson Supermarket. So if you're in any of these groceries, or if you frequent these big retailers, it's there. And maybe in your local cities, you have like some resellers that you want to support. It's available with them as well. Here in the United States. Oh, sorry, go ahead.
No, I was going to say, let me go ahead and read some of the comments. So give you a little bit of break there. Let's see. Tasi said, when my son was sick, cough, fever, and colds, Malunga is always a great help. I'm glad you had this ready to drink in a bottle. And she also said Malunggay bread is also good. And then April Gay said, I saw M2 drinks displayed in some stores like Andox, what you said, Bogo City branch. I've got to try this one so I can recommend it to others. See, that's the other thing that I want to reemphasize, that some of the people in the Philippines may not have heard your product yet. I'm glad that they're able to share some of this and maybe hopefully create more awareness, at least all the way from the US, because they have to realize that you're an inspiration again to a lot of Philippine the people who aspire to want to export into the US market. You're there, my friend. I mean, that's why I'm so, it makes me happy to know that regardless of one store, two store, three store, you're making this organic, like your incremental victories when it comes to distributing your product. So right now you have 4, 6, 7 outlets that you have the products in, and I think it's great. We just need to drive more traffic into those places like Filipino Shopping Network, which is which is online with Paul Mirador.
Yeah, and it's also available online if you want to buy it in bulk if you're out of state. So if there are people out of state who don't want to spend too much on shipping, we offer shipping on the first box, so you can order bundles from there. The website is m2usa.shop. So you can just go there and check the prices and check the products that we have, the bundles that we have, because we offer it in bulk. So we won't spend too much on shipping, and we can just ship like a lot first. So if you want to share it with your neighbors, your family, you can if you're out of state. And another reason why I'm showing this or doing the show is that if you guys notice, we only have Andoks here as a restaurant that's distributing it, and they're not even taking advantage of the full versatility of M2. So we want to try and see if there are restaurant owners here or chefs that would want to try mixing M2 with their drinks, and or if they want to add it to their menu. And recently I've encountered the hashtag Filipino forward, and from the images I've seen, this tag represents our culture moving forward in a diverse society. The world is starting to open up to opportunities that, Filipino products, Filipino food, and an opportunity for us to share our culture, particularly, with all the things that I mentioned: food, drinks, clothing, whatever culture. And that started with ube. I'm going to mention ube because, that's hype right now. But it doesn't end there. Although malunggay or moringa, malunggay or moringa is not local only to the Philippines, but the use of it is the use and application of it. I've only seen it in the Philippines because I'm from there, and we use it in M2 mainly. For the specific application, I've only seen 2 competitors that uses malunggay over here. And they're not even in the Philippines, and it's nowhere near the price and diversity that M2 has to offer. And
I really believe people just need to consistently be bombarded with the message of the product, Jiro. We need to do more like sort of taste testing with this, and not only the consumer, but really because you know how well your product is awesome, because I think I told you, and I don't know if you did contact them, right? But I was I'm in Facebook, marketing EmPHorium, and I saw an online seller just happened to scan the products, and she didn't realize that when she was scanning it, I saw your product there, and I told you, right? So the people see the value in it, but we need to encourage that more. That if you're watching and you're an online seller, you definitely need to get this product. We just need to make sure that we come up with ways for people to try it,
Yeah. So for people who owns establishments, if you could buy Lipton's, Neste's, Gold Peaks, why not try something different? Made from malunggay and not the black tea leaves that we're used to. Something made in our country, something with our own culture. And my vision personally is to see M2 used as a base for different drinks, popular cocktails, new boba tea flavor, soda flavor, a different kind of Arnold Palmer, a nostalgic Filipino drink like sago and gulaman, or just plain old hot or cold cold tea. The customers don't even know. The customers doesn't even need to know that it's M2. We just have to think, Filipino forward.
Yeah.
And that's just the vision that I have right now, and it's not something that's a little bit overcomplicated, but there's a risk to it. I know there's a risk that's going to be involved. So if you are a chef or a restaurant owner or just a reseller, we want to mitigate that risk by offering a sample bottle to you guys, shipped to you for free. And just contact Ferdinand for that. Send your email to him or your address, and then he can talk to me, and we can just ship out the samples to you so you can try. It's a win-win situation for you. If you like it and you enjoy it, you might want to order it. If not, at least you enjoy the drink. But if it's something that you can use and earn money from and start a business with, then we're here. Ferdinand and me, we're here. We're doing this together, and that's
So you all of us, for both of us talking about the product and how amazing it is, we're just trying to tell you, go and try it. So if you're watching, whether you're here if you're here, especially in the US, please type in either more info or want sample, and we'll figure out a way to do that. The only thing that we ask of you is that if you're a consumer, you just want to taste it, that's fine. Help us spread the word about the product once we send you the sample. Again, we invite you to go to EmPHorium, to go ahead and sample it there. And this way, there's only so much you could do with talking about it, showing pictures and videos, but the proof is in the pudding, as they say. If you taste it, I guarantee you're going to like it. And the light bulb will go on and said, I like iced tea. I'm drinking this, but I'm getting fortified. It does something with your immunity and all of that. It's all in our mind. So you got to try it from the taste first, obviously, and then really understand the fact that it's got a lot of health benefits also. So with that being said, Tito, anything that you else want to end our segment?
Yeah, just to answer April's comment, yes, it's a base for bubble tea. Or boba. There's a shop in Manila or Quezon City, I believe, that they use that as a base for their boba drink. And I've tried it too, using almond milk and then the concentrate and added boba. Yeah, it definitely works. It's not something that I would say that because I like boba. If it's not good, I'll say it's not good, and I won't even share it to you guys if it's not good. So it's there. It's the potential is there. And also, if you're a nursing mom, malunggay is known for boosting your breast milk production. So that's another thing that M2 is popular. That's another thing that M2 is popular with in the Philippines. It's that it helps boost nursing moms production. So I can't test that for myself because I don't have that ability, but there are a lot of testimonials and a lot of feedback in the Philippines that show that M2 really works for them and have added aided in their production, and then on top of that, their kids love it too. So that's just something that you need to look into when you research about M2 as a product, as a tea, as a healthier alternative, and something that would help nursing mom.
All right, Gito. Thank you so much for giving us that perspective on the product, and just stick around because we might bring Dave back so that we can, that's funny. April has a sense of humor. She says cocktail, so we can mix it with Papa J's Lambanog. So we'll try to bring Dave back, and let me see if I can go ahead and do that. Okay. All right. Don't go away. But just stay in the green room. All right, everybody. So we're at that point now where we're running a little bit over, but I also want to finish up the show by making some announcements of our upcoming events. And to do that, we collaborated with a wonderful lady. Her company is called Global Business Impact. So she has taken charge of the aspect of the educational aspect of EmPHorium, where we're trying to educate Philippine exporters about the U.S. market. She has an announcement as far as our next masterclass. Let me go ahead and introduce to you Mariflor Cruz, or May Cruz as I refer to her. So let me go ahead and bring her up. Hi, May. You're mute. You're on mute. You're muted.
Oh.
You're muted, May.
Yeah.
There you go. Perfect.
Okay. Hi.
So, May,
Hi.
how are you?
Good afternoon. Yeah, I'm good.
Let's go ahead and talk a little bit about your company, and then also let us know about what's happening with our masterclass sessions.
Yeah. Our company, Global Business Impact, is partnering with EmPHorium to head the master classes, and we had the master class last month with the new service offering of EmPHorium, which is the trade management specialist service that we have for all importers and exporters here in the US. And also this coming October 21st, with RAF, your guest earlier, your regular Thursday guest, we're having the masterclass on October 21st, and it will be Logistics 101 with RAF, also in connection with the other masterclass that we had, the first one that we had last month, which is the trade management specialist offer of services of EmPHorium. So it will be part of that service that we give to our clients. So it's going to be on October 21st. The title is Logistics 101 with RAF at 6 p.m. Pacific Standard Time, and October 22, 9 a.m. Philippines.
Wonderful. May, that's going to be very important. We have other master classes planned, and the one that's going to be the next master class after that is our next guest coming right after you. But before we introduce him, I just want to go ahead and thank you for organizing these master class, because this next master class with Nancy is going to be very, very helpful, because that the biggest issue with bringing products into the Philippines definitely is the shipping aspect of it. Because Nancy
Yes.
will talk about the rates, you'll talk about the compliance aspect of it too in some detail. But
Uh-huh.
again, that's what she brings to the table, right?
Yes, that's right.
So with that being said, I'm excited for you to continue to do this. And I know that there's other master classes we're doing, especially with our next guest. His name is Sal. And then we're going to bring back more of information regarding trade management, which you're becoming truly an expert in doing. That's what we're excited that you do, because this type of service is sort of like on demand. You can really, all the Philippine exporters watching this, you don't necessarily have to have an export management department in your company. May and her associates could do all of that. So, really listen to what May has to say on our next classes, and that's what we're trying to offer: more empowerment to make it easy for people in the Philippines and manufacturers to bring their products into the U.S. May, thank you as always. I appreciate you always coming in through and being a part of the live stream.
Thank you again,
Okay, I'll
Ferdinand.
talk to you soon.
Okay.
Bye-bye. With that being said, now I was referring to the next masterclass that we're having after the one on October 21st. I'm excited to also bring this gentleman up. He's probably somewhat going to close out the show. I do want to bring back some of the, like Jiro and David back into the fold and say goodbye to everyone who's been watching. But I want to sort of end everything in a high note. And this gentleman always brings us up into that high note. He is in Las Vegas. He is a motivator. He's a social media artist in terms of the way he creates products. Awareness of various things about, especially the product that he represents. And I'm glad to have him here, because he specializes in what we call attraction marketing. So with that being said, again, let me go ahead and bring up, all the way from Las Vegas, let me go ahead and bring up Sal Jumawan.
All right.
There you go, Sal. Sorry for taking so long, my friend, but we got some good stuff today, and we had a little bit of technical difficulty. But hey, take it away. So end us on a high note, so to speak, and tell us a little bit about what you do and what is your role in terms of trying to educate more Philippine manufacturers about the U.S. market in terms of either reselling or the whole concept or the whole practice, I should say, of attraction marketing.
Awesome. Can you hear me okay to begin with?
Yeah, you're awesome. You're good. Go ahead.
I'm gonna pull over real quick so that make sure that we're also we're not being a bad example to people as we our market ourselves. But anyway, Salvador Dumois from Las Vegas, Nevada. I specialize in attraction marketing using social media. There's different aspects in marketing and social media, and the one I'm passionate about is attraction marketing. I'm also passionate about Philippine product, and that's the reason why Ferdy got my attention. And that's basically what I do. I teach people, assuming they've already found the company or the product that they wanted to bring here in the United States or in general, right? And then, for example, you have found something in EmPHorium that caught your attention, right? And the next question is, how do I bring this? How do I bring this to your market? Because everybody have their own market. Market simply means the people that see what you got. And one of the most exciting things that we can do now these days is that we can market a product without spending too much money, right? Back in the days, I still remember when I would market a product, it would cost a lot of money. That could be on your print ads, on your I haven't Well, I did radio station a couple times. We did pretty good, but it's very tricky. There's so many things that you needed to learn. And or you can spend money on attending networking events and that kind of stuff. Now, I'm not saying those doesn't work anymore, but the principles still remain the same. But because of social media allows us to stay connected with our market, right, without spending a lot of money. Or even better yet, to begin with, we teach people, to let the people know your story, right? Because people buy the story, right? Let the people know your story without spending any money using your social media account. But then we also tell people you got to use it properly so that you attract people to you rather than shy them away, right? Because different strategies, different psychology. There's psychology why people go on social media. People go to social media not because they want to buy something from Sal, from Ferdy. They go to social media to socialize. So we need to learn. We need to be creative how to blend in the psychology why people show up on the social media. And the moment we start acting different, or they call it acting weird, because that's not how you usually show up, and then all of a sudden you show up as a salesperson or something like that. That can shy people away. So we need to be strategic, delivering the message, but yet at the same time, right? We keep our audience, we keep the people that gets to see us. So with that said, I always like to share this. People will do business with the people they know, they like, and they trust. So the knowing part is what we need to put more emphasis on. And by using strategy, social media strategy, we get to deliver our message over and over and over, just like what we talked about a little bit earlier. People need to hear our story, not just once, not twice, over and over and over again before you hit home run. I hope that makes sense. I hope I'm able to deliver some value to some of our reseller or potential reseller that are looking into some potential income, delivering the product to their own little market or bigger market through EmPHorium. Back to you, Ferdy.
Well, a lot of the things that you said, the way in my simple mind put it together, is that a lot of the products that are coming in from the Philippines, they do need that. We do need to encourage I don't know how to label it, because I don't want to seem like I'm going to offend anybody. It's just that, to me, the way I look at the market for EmPHorium and Philippine products, you've got your big brands, Walmart's, Target, and all that good stuff, and you've got your online retailers, and then the other level of people that we want to associate with or create are the people who want to start a business or resell it. Even on a small scale, at least just starting out. And to me, having a tool or a mindset like you have, Sal, is always going to be welcome, because it is very, you have to be patient with marketing. You have to be creative. You have to always give value. Those are the things that I've learned from you, and that's what you're saying right now. And that's why I'm glad that you'll continue to build out some sort of a class or a group with EmPHorium's audience, and really build that out. And I know that you're trying to create something as far as a master class after the logistics class for you to do that. I'm hoping to promote that and get stuff going, and we get more people to discover and really understand what attraction marketing is, Sal. So is there anything that you want to leave us with other than the amazing nuggets that you already gave us?
Well, that's all I wanted to wanted to share. But I kind of reemphasized we're looking into I'm excited to share this master class, to teach it to the class, to the group of people. We're looking at somewhere like first Wednesday or something of November. So I'm really looking forward to that. But basically, what I just want to encourage people is anything we can learn. It's just a matter of repetition. I think it's Tony Robbins said it best. Repetition is the mother of skills. So there might be things that we get intimidated because we don't learn it yet. But the moment that you open your mind that you want to learn certain things, you will learn it. You just need to keep hearing it over and over again. And the same thing goes to our audience. If they keep hearing our message, then our message will be heard. Back to you, Ferdy.
Thank you so much, Sal. Have a good rest of the evening in Las Vegas, Nevada. You're awesome. Good place. I love it. And it's a fun place. So, hey, enjoy the rest of the evening, my friend. Okay, so we're almost there. We're almost ending the show, and I hate to always end the show, and I'm always trying to figure out ways how to end it with more value. So I'm going to go ahead and try something. I want to go ahead and bring back Giro and David Osmeña, and maybe we can, if anybody has any question, or at least maybe they have some other few words and want to talk about their product, and this will be the best time. We were just trying to get a feel for how we're trying to fit everything into the hour. Now it's become hour and a half. So let me go ahead and bring back Giro and David. Hey guys.
Hey, good to be back.
Yeah, awesome. I know that today the common thing is two things. First, they're all beverages, right? Second, we all had technical difficulty. So, but I had fun. When we have a technical difficulty, I always just feel that I need to bring you guys back on again, because I really believe in both of your products. And short of us handing it through the screen and giving people a try, that's the frustrating part. I wish we're at that point now where we can do that, but no. That's why in my mind, I always want to bring up, where can they get it? How can they just sample it? So because the moment they do that, they'll be intrigued and impressed. So go ahead. This is more like a freestyle of some sort. What do you guys want to say about your product or Philippine products in general? I'll let you just share some thoughts that you guys might have about your product or anything about the Philippine made products. Like I said.
Well, like I said, just reach out. I think I put my email address on the chat, dave@papajays.com. Nice and simple. We can figure out ways to get product out. It's great to hear everybody else about what everybody else says about bringing our products or bringing Filipino products, I guess, out beyond the borders of the Philippines. Just love to hear that. Thank you so much for bringing that out.
No problem, Dave. How about you, Giro? You want to say something? Again, anything that you want to share, because the three words: educate, elevate, and hopefully entertain. We definitely crossed off that entertainment part with all that technical difficulty. That was fun. So now you got to tell me, you want to educate anybody about the product or the whole process of bringing products here, and how do you elevate it? How do you want to end the show?
Yeah, so I just want to say that I just want to encourage instead of anything else. If you have a product in the Philippines, just contact Ferdinand. He will help you, and Nancy. And yeah, don't give up on all the things that you want to do. And if you want to sample both our products, Papo Jays and M2, it's available at EmPHorium 3250 Wilshire Boulevard. You can go there if he's there, or just knock on the door and say you want to try something.
Yeah, I want some M2. Not on the door. I want some M2, buddy. I want some Papo Jays. But at the end, you guys don't realize it, but I see it. You guys, your objective is obviously to sell more products. I get that. But when I'm looking at you guys, I'm looking at something inspiring, because you guys did it. So that's why I hope that I'm going to go ahead and edit this video and tell everybody you guys are inspiration or a model for people that are wanting to be persistent and continue to do what they need to do. Because I love promoting your products, both of you guys, right? But at the end, I'm hoping that to be able to present you guys in such a way that you guys should be like an inspiration or something to look up to, or I'm getting sappy, I know, but that's just how I see it. You're here, you did it, and we just got to keep helping each other try to promote the products, okay?
Yeah, and last thing, we probably should use the hashtag Filipino Forward, just to encourage other Filipinos, like who's trying to bring their products here, or who's trying to start a business here in the United States, and to just share our culture and what Filipinos are made of, I guess.
Yeah, that's hashtag Filipino Forward. So if you want to do that, I'm definitely going to put it on there. All right, gentlemen, I'm going to say, huh?
It's not mine. I just found it online.
No, it's okay. I don't care. I don't care.
Yeah, just real quick though. Just want to say that you're using the word inspirational or inspiration. I don't know. Maybe we're just examples of people who've tried, and when we continue to try. And I think we need a lot more folks to make these small efforts, and it's not, you know,
Yeah.
it's not impossible. It's not
Yeah.
not hard. You just gotta do it. You know.
Well, look at you, Dave. The reality with you, man, is that you know you I think you grew up here pretty much most of your life, and you were just very proud of the heritage, and you try to bring the products here. So to me, not necessarily will we equate the success of you know, more sales, blah blah. That's what we strive for. But at this point in the game, yeah, anybody wanting to do that, just do it. You know, just do it. But obviously, we're all trying to figure out how to do it cost effectively. And again, a plug for EmPHorium. That's what we're just trying to do. Take the baby steps, which I always tell everybody. Watch the show, look at it, listen to everybody else, and really, that's what the message that I'm going to end the show with. So anyway, I'm going to say goodbye to you guys. Thank you so much again. And then, like I told you, hopefully you guys come back. I want to do another demo where I'm actually seeing the product up close and we're not having these technical difficulties. So thank you again, guys.
Thank you.
That pretty much wraps up our show. Again, I always want to say thank you for all of you who are watching, who stuck up, you know, to this long. I mean, to this length of the time. But I really believe in what we're doing. But again, the only frustrating thing sometimes, I feel like I really need more people to watch it and really empower the Philippine manufacturers. Because if you're watching this, especially in the Philippines, please share it. It's only because of the fact that I want to be able to show examples, educate a lot of Philippine manufacturers, because that's the biggest problem. The biggest problem is starting with the mind. You need to know that it can be done. Yes, certain challenges, certain, you know, whether it be financial or capacity or just you don't know enough knowledge, and that's what we're trying to do. We're just trying to help you out with there. So let me end it with that and say thank you so much again, everyone, for watching live at the EmPHorium. Again, the whole purpose of live at the EmPHorium is to elevate, educate, and, you know, entertain, because that's what I think we did on our effort to do our live demos today. But that's the fun part. All right. Thank you, everybody. And you have a good rest of the week. Bye-bye. Currently live in EmPHorium in the Philippines.